Brothers and sisters, we rise for prayer. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. All praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful. So, Master's Day of Judgment in which we now live, the alone we serve and the alone seek for thine help and aid. O Allah, please guide us on the right path. Path of those upon whom thou bestow thy favors, not on the path of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray after they've heard thy teachings. Say he Allah is one God. Allah is he of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He begetteth not, nor is he begotten, there is none like him. And I bear witness that none deserve to be served, worship, or praise besides Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, thy true servant and last apostle. Ameen. We like to acknowledge the brothers and sisters that sent us the greetings of Assalamu Alaikum. We have Brother Muhammad Salim Bey from Oakland, California. We have the Rafiq family. We have Brother Mustafa and Sister Sharice Ali from Cleveland. And we have Brother Mutakabir Ali from New Jersey. I'd like to say in the name of Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, and in the name of his last and greatest messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, I'd like to greet the brothers and sisters with the Nation of Islam's greeting words of peace of Assalamu Alaikum. And we like to continue with our talk on which one will survive the War of Armageddon. And we also would like to continue with the November 7th, 1969 Muhammad speech, and that's solve the problem. And the messenger goes on to say, he says, for 400 years, another problem has been that of our trying to get along with our white slave master and his children. We have accomplished nothing in trying to solve the problem this way. The more we try to solve the problem in a way that will please both Allah, God, and man, the graver the problem becomes, because mankind, the white race, will not accept the solution. The white race opposes the fights and opposes and fights the solution. We do not argue on the point of his being an opposer, for he was made by nature to be disagreeable to live with in peace. The problem of trying to get along with a person or persons who are disagreeable to live with in peace and who reject every solution that will bring about peace makes the resurrection of the black man in America very serious. Yes. Now this right here, this was election season. We just saw the white man, in his election season, he elected two women, because he elected many women to Congress. But this sister right here, her name is, I hope I say it right, Alhan Omar, and she's a Muslim from Somalia. Then we have another sister, her name is Ayanna Pressley. And both of these she was the first black woman elected to Congress, and she was the first black Muslim elected to Congress, the black female Muslim. Now this right here is what the white man does for his women's liberation. This is exactly what this is. This is just complete nonsense. To have women, a female Muslim, and you got a black woman who, the first black woman elected to Congress, because the messenger said that the white man fights the solution. He's not for the solution. Right. He fights the solution. In America, the white man castrates the black man to where he's powerless. And the messenger said that it's in the black man's nature to rule. That's the nature of the black man. Yes. But he castrates the black man and makes him powerless. But then he elects a black woman to Congress and make everybody think, oh, we making progress because it's a black woman who's in Congress. Let's read what this sister said in her acceptance speech. This comes from CNBC.com, and this was Wednesday, November 7, 2018. And the title says, Ayanna Pressley makes history as Massachusetts' first black woman elected to Congress. She says, "What I am offering is a vision," she told supporters Tuesday night. "One where together we can break cycles of poverty, break and rebuild a criminal legal system that actually delivers justice. One where we can break through and affirm the rights of our transgender friends and neighbors. One where we can break through and create an economy where one job is enough." This is the black woman talking about one where we can break through and affirm the rights of our transgender friends and neighbors. But she ain't say nothing about the black man. What you got to say as a black person about some transgender? Got nothing to say about them. If you want somebody to speak up for some trans, you better get a transgender person to come speak for them. I ain't got nothing to say for no transgender person. Care what they doing in there. Oh, praise due to Allah. They could be beating the transgender people. They could be not hiring them. They could be discriminating against them. What I'm saying for a transgender person? I ain't saying nothing for them. I ain't got nothing to say for no homosexual. You better get a homosexual person up there to speak for a homosexual. Oh, praise due to Allah. I ain't got nothing to say for you. I'm sorry. Fight for yourself. If I got something to say, it's for the black man and woman. That's what I'm talking about. The people who've been oppressed for 400 years. They just not start talking about these transgender people. All the time I grew up in my life, I ain't never heard nothing about no transgender people. Talking about them discriminating against them. But now we got black congressman, the first black woman, and what you say is for some transgender people. Come on, man. Come on, that's progress. Let's talk about the Muslim. Let's go to her. This is on her website. And it's ilhanomar.com. And she got a whole list of things that, as a congresswoman, what she gonna be fighting for. One of the fights that she has on her website, it says, "Fight for LGBTQIA rights." Now, I know that the LGBTQ is the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and the Q is the queer. But I don't know what the IA is. That's something new. Now you got 6 filthy groups of people. You as a Muslim talking about you fight for the rights for this filth and indecency, and you a Muslim. But that's progress in the white man's world. We progressing now. Yeah, in the white man's world. Now we got a Muslim who can speak up for the filth. Now we got a Muslim who can tell us about some lesbian or some queer. She says the LGBTQIA community's struggle did not end with the legalization of same-sex marriage. People in the queer community are disproportionately affected by the same issues we all experience. Now they talking about the queer community.
Oh my God.
Now you give them these socially acceptable term, the queer community. She talking about people in the queer community are disproportionately affected by the same issues we all experience. Lack of access to housing, education, and health care, violence, workplace discrimination, among many other things. I will fight in Congress to uplift the voices of the LGBTQIA community, and especially when that interests with other marginalized identities. That's what the Muslims saying. The LGBTQIA community. That's crazy.
Yes, it is.
Now this women's lib stuff that the white man promotes. Because the messenger said, the more we try to solve the problem in a way that will please both Allah and man, the graver the problem becomes. Because mankind, the white race, will not accept the solution. When Master Farad Muhammad came on the scene, he set up a MGT and a GCC. We're going to keep saying that, brothers and sisters. MGT and GCC. He didn't set up nothing other than that for sisters. And that's Muslim girls training and general civilization class. Now what do you learn in MGT and GCC. How to keep house.
Yes.
How to rear your children.
Yes.
Take care of your husband.
Yes.
Sew, cook, and in general, how to act at home and abroad.
Yes.
Is that right or wrong? All praise is due to Allah. It ain't got nothing to do with this women's lib stuff.
No.
Nothing to do with this women's lib stuff. But this the solution that Master Farad Muhammad came for the black woman was MGT.
Yes.
Now, we don't want to give the misinterpretation of the misimpression to make people think that we don't have sisters in the nation of Islam that's educated. We don't want to give you that
No.
understand. Because during the time of the messenger, the sister who was the director of the University of Islam had a PhD.
Yes.
She was the director of the University of Islam. You had plenty of professional sisters
Yes.
during the time of the messenger.
Right.
Plenty. Let's look at one. This comes from the August 23rd, 1968, Muhammad speaks. And this says, a look at the University of Islam from a graduate. And this article was written by Sister Ruqayya Muhammad. And it's a picture showing her in her class teaching the students. She was a graduate from the Muhammad University of Islam. It says, talented young teacher, Assistant Sister Ruqayya Muhammad gives instructions to a first grade class at the University of Islam where she recently graduated with honors. Following the far-sighted program laid down by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, this young Muslim will eventually become master teacher and contribute even more to the progress of her people.
Yes.
To the progress of her people. All praise due to Allah.
Yes.
It's not the intentions of the Nation of Islam, the messenger, or Master Farad Muhammad for sisters to be out here working for the devil.
Right.
Let's make that clear.
That's right.
That's not the point. We know that there's sisters who might be single who have to work to provide for yourself.
Right.
That's common sense. The messenger taught us. He said that if you out in the woods and you gotta survive, he said you can eat the bark off the trees.
Right.
But how long you think you gonna live eating the bark off the trees?
Right.
He even talked about cornbread. He said if you just got to eat cornbread, he taught you how to cook it.
Yes.
Said put onions in it,
Yeah.
cook it 3 or 4 times, but if you eat cornbread, you gonna die.
Right. Right.
So yeah, it's sisters who's single who gotta provide for themselves and they gotta work.
Yes.
But that's not the point. It's not the point for sisters to be out here with the white man working because he disgraces the black woman when she works. And these are professional sisters.
Yes.
These sisters ain't no sisters working at McDonald's.
Right.
These are degree sisters
Yes.
doing the business for the white man.
That's right.
That's all they doing.
That's all.
They ain't out there doing nothing for their people. Sitting up here talking about you speaking up for some LGBTQ, whatever that is. How you gonna fix your mouth as a black person to say you speaking out for them?
Right.
All the hell our people been catching, but you speaking up for some homosexual.
Right.
That's the white man's business.
That's exactly.
And that's why the messenger didn't want sisters out there.
That's right.
Because to all praise is due to Allah. It's a reason for everything the messenger did.
It is.
But we want to take what the messenger did and take it out of context. Because we want to do what we want to do. And I want to finish up with this right here comes from the May 26, 1972 Daily Independent Journal. And this was when they had, the title of this is called Emerging Trends in the Education of the Black Student. This was in 1972 when they had a big conference for education. They had all kind of educational, professional people coming to this conference for education. Professional people, degreed people, black people.
Yeah.
And this was the first time they allowed the Nation of Islam to come and speak. Because in the 70s is when black people, the professional class, began to accept the Nation of Islam and let them come to their little professional conferences. This was the first time they allowed the Nation of Islam to speak. Now let's see what Muslims were saying at this little conference. This was the national representative. It said the black Muslims stole the limelight and much of the audience from most of the other speakers at yesterday's conference session. As an overflowing crowd listened to him call for blacks to take control of all schools where blacks are taught. roundly condemned women's lib movement and fiercely scolded black teachers for failing to set high moral examples for black children. All praise due to Allah. It's Muslims.
Yes.
They didn't go there tiptoeing through the tulips acting like, oh, we want unity and all that old weak stuff. They went there representing the messenger.
Yes.
They went there representing the messenger's program. They ain't go up there acting like we with women's lib,
No.
like Muslims do today. They act like they with women's lib. But when the messenger was alive, when you went to represent him, you represented him.
Yes.
You didn't represent yourself. So this brother said about women's lib, he said, it says, turning to women's lib, he told women in the audience, you can never be liberated from your nature. It is your nature to look for happiness in a man. The nature of a man is to be out in front of a woman. All praise due to Allah. That's when the messenger was alive.
Yes.
They weren't playing all this women's lib stuff. The brother got a role and the sisters got a role.
That's right.
And the brothers wasn't ashamed to let the world know this is what the messenger said about the black woman. The beautiful black woman didn't mean the woman gonna do what she wanna do. That's this new school stuff. But brothers and sisters, we don't want to prolong the time. So I'll leave you as I came in the nation of Islam's reading words of peace of Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Thank you. Yes, Brother Lyle, praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're nice in here, though. Praise be to Allah. I like to say in the name of Allah, came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, the true and living God, we forever thank him. Parade up in our midst a divine leader, teacher, and guide in the person of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. May the peace and blessing of Almighty God Allah ever be upon him. Truly grateful for his coming and leaving with us the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, who's no longer with you and I in the physical form. That what was given to him from Almighty God Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, live with you and I, the believers. We're very fortunate, can never, ever give enough praise and thanks to Almighty God Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Because he was the last and greatest of them all. And he came, was raised from among a hard-headed, stiff-necked, rebellious people. Savages, which lost all the knowledge of themselves and who was living a beast life, jungle life. He, in turn, being taught by Almighty God Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad for 3.5 years, knowledge, wisdom, understanding of both books, the Bible and the Holy Quran, was enough to get us up off our foes and civilize us, who was lost for over 400 years before the coming of Almighty God Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, and raised up this great man to teach us, who never was given the credit like he should have been given. But nevertheless, the good news is that the believers know who he is. They know he was the last messenger of Almighty God Allah. And they know he was the difference in transforming our lives way better than what we was living. Who gave us the true knowledge of our God, our religion, our culture, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We're very fortunate, the believers. Very few of us. We see. But the messenger said the victory of the apostle and of the righteous. That's the good news. We're among the righteous.
Yeah.
And we're going to be the one of them.
Yeah.
And we're all winning. It's the days of separation.
Yes, it is.
The wheat from the tare.
Yes.
The righteous from the wicked.
Yeah.
Wrong from right. Good from bad. All this is separation time.
That's right.
Your faith is going to be tested.
Yes.
Mere belief comes from nothing unless carried into practice. We can talk all day long But your action, the message say, will be the judge of you.
That's right.
So we're very fortunate, brothers and sisters, to be followers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes.
Because we know the messenger said, if we had 300 fearless, we'd take the whole thing. Praise be to Allah. The whole thing. We'll take the whole thing. 300 fearless.
Yeah.
Me and the brother was talking. Well, I don't need that. He don't need nothing. He don't need no 300. He can bring and reproduce the whole new generation.
Yeah.
But he said the 300 just to show forth his power. I'll just give me 300 of them. 300 fearless one. I'm sure I don't need 3,000, 3 million. Give me 300.
Right.
And I'm going to take the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to show them whose power I have. Are they planes, everything. Listen, we don't have nothing to worry about. Nothing happening to you and I unless it please Allah.
That's right. That's right.
Nothing. They can't win. They must say we're going to be the winner. And we are winning. It's separation time here.
Yes, it is.
When he said victory of the apostle. Look at Noah. He said all this was for it's a learning. Learning. Very few of Noah's family, just his family. But they won, didn't they?
Yes.
They overtook the enemy, didn't they?
Yes.
Allah destroyed the enemy and the unrighteous
That's right.
with a flood. Water drowned them. Look at Pharaoh. His whole army was drowned in the Red Sea. See? All these. Lot. Look at Lot. Sodom and Gomorrah. Just a few of them.
Yes.
Look at today. The messenger, you can put my files in the taxi cab today. Just a few. It's not a whole lot. The strong and the willfulness and the pure in heart.
Yes.
The believers. Pray be to Allah, the believers. I tell you, this is a time here. And I thank Allah, we're making history. We're going down in history as believers, fighters for the truth. We're going to remember from now on. We're setting the standard. We're going to be remembered from now on. So we don't have to worry about a thing. 300. Back to that. 300 feelings. But you know you can take one paper. You say back in the day. One paper that Muhammad speaks and put it in the neighborhood, you destroy the whole neighborhood with truth. You destroy the falsehood
Right.
in that neighborhood among the people with just one. Put it in there, let her read it, let it pass it on.
Right. Right.
Keep passing it on. See how it change some minds.
Right.
Everybody's not going to accept it. Some of them will.
That's right.
What the message say? You keep knocking on them doors, somebody let you in. Then give you a meal.
Right. Right.
When we say food, that may not live. It might mean some knowledge. It might mean just literally eating food. Food for thought. Might give you some food for thought. Sit down and let you talk. And let you listen on your mind. Give you some food for thought. Give you a meal. So we're very fortunate. Be followers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Forgive me, I said this once before, but we must remember what the messenger said to his followers. That's us. He said, if you with Allah, Allah is with you. Remember this. I don't care how bad the situation is or how bad it seems. Personally, collectively, how bad it seems. If you're with Allah, He's with you. Praise Him, He's with you. Yeah, He's with you. And the more they attack us, the more Allah is attacking and will attack them.
Yes.
See? When someone attack you and me, it may not be physically. It can be slanderous form, mental, verbal attack, those kind of attacks. Not some physical altercation all the time. It could be mental. It could be slanderous. It could be all these different kind of things. And an attack. When a person can attack you, your integrity,
Yes.
your belief. We have to stand up for our belief if we're attacked. In that way, we fight those who fight us.
Yes.
But we fight those, the messenger say, with truth.
Yes.
Standpoint to prove my position. So that's what we do. Praise be to God. That's how you do. That's how you get an attacker. See? What the master said, you love to see one.
Yes.
Love to see a attacker because you know you got the better weapon.
That's right.
Know that. We know we got the better weapon.
That's right.
See? So we don't have no doubt about it when the attacker comes. He said we just love to see him. We just wrap it around our finger.
Yes.
We got so much knowledge that Allah gave us. We got those angels
Yes.
that give you what you need.
That's right.
Sometimes you be around them attackers, you come up with something quick. You don't know where you got it from. Praise be to Allah. You don't know where you got it from. That's that having angels that giving you what you need.
That's right.
He giving us the fact. We waited for, he said, we just wait on attacker. We waiting on it because we know we got the better weapon. Come on with it.
Yes.
Come on with your concocted thing that you concocting. We got it.
Right.
See, these kind of things. See, we have to remember, when they plan, Allah plans.
That's right.
And he's the best of planners.
Absolutely.
Best of planners. I don't care what it is. He always intervenes
Yes.
for the righteous.
Allah. Yes.
For the righteous. That's good news, ain't it?
It's good.
Good news that we got the better weapon.
Yes.
The Lamb said it. He said, don't you wish for an attacker to come. Sit back waiting on him. Just waiting on him. Waiting on him, waiting on her. Come on with it. But we know we got that habit. We got these angels. What do you say, 5,000?
5,000.
5,000. That ain't good question. Heaven angels. They ready for battle.
Yes.
They ain't come to lollipop. They come to battle.
Right.
They come for battle. For war. That's what they for. See, that's our armor
Yes.
that protects the believers.
Yes.
You know how they used to have that more armor on to protect them? No, this is armor to protect us. What they say, what they plan, what they think. All these things. And to know that we have a God on our side who came in the person of Master Muhammad, he can change their thought. They were thinking to please him. They ain't got nothing, they ain't got no power over it. He can change it. Whatever he think, just to please him, to put his will in. Oh, you're helpless.
Yes.
You powerless. You don't have no win. The devil can't win. He know he can't win, but he's not going to give it up without a fight. He know he can't win. How you going to win against a God that made you?
Right.
That know your very thought? How you going to win against it? They got control over everything. Your mind, the sun, the moon, the star, everything. Master Prophet Muhammad is the wisest of them all. He knows what we thinking and when we thinking and how we thinking. How can you be the God like that? You have to submit to him.
Yes.
When you don't submit to him, you cause problems for yourself. And if I don't submit, we cause problems for ourselves. Now, Elijah Muhammad was the man. He was the last messenger of Allah. And what he's following him, and what we're going to be, gods and goddesses,
Yes.
kings and queens. That's what's coming out of this bunch.
That's right.
The Lord's found. The best is coming out of the Lord's found. Cream.
Yes.
Cream of the planet Earth. God of the universe. That's the black man.
Yes.
The black woman is the queen mother of civilization.
Yes.
That's right. When you put them two together, you got something.
That's right.
You got something. You got something. Thank Allah.
Yes.
Brothers and sisters, thank him. You know, the messenger also said, now he talking to those who disbelieve. And those who, well, who turn. Before you turn. Those who sit back and plan and concoct things. He said your disbelief in the truth will not hinder its progress. It's gradually progressing. You can't stop it. We can't stop it. This is true. It always prevails. Even in the devil's world. In that world of corruption, evil, indecency, and filth, truth is in that. It's going to prevail over all that. Allah got truth to prevail over everything. Truth comes from him. I don't care where it is. Truth going to always prevail. It's going to always be the winner. Even in the devil's world. If it's truth, that truth going to overtake the power, that falsehood. And it's made up on corruption. But there's some truth in there, somewhere. Allah is everywhere. He rewards the devil. If you do something good, Allah rewards the devil in his world. So we got a God on our side who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. The Mahdi, one who's self-guided. Just think of that now. He don't need nobody to guide him. He come to guide others, the message said. He taught us. And this is our great God who's well able to protect the believers, you and me, from anything. That's right. Praise be to Allah. What we got to worry about? Worry about no devil. That's it, we made him. Worry about him. His time is up. The black man time day is now. It's the 7,000 years. It's our time. And those who not with it gonna fall by the wayside. That's just how it is. You take the chip off the old block. When you get a diamond, you pick a diamond up, it's no shape. You know, you dig for diamonds, you dig for that. Everything comes from the earth. You and me. Diamonds, all that stuff come from the earth. So when you get a rock, or a diamond, we call it a rock, you chip it. That's what makes it perfection. That's what gives us his value. You chip it. And you get it right and you put it all together and then you got a diamond. See? You give it a form. And you chip it and you get it to the point where it's to perfection. And you know, the diamond, that's you and I. When Allah came, we was all out of shape. We had no form, nothing. We were all out of shape, all out of order, everything. But he raised one from among us who came and chipped us and molded us. Down to Elijah Muhammad. He had a job. He chipped. He did. He mowed. Every time he do, you go back at it, he chipped. He constantly chipped. For over 44 years, he studied chipping. To make us better, to make us fit. So when you chip and you make a diamond, you got to make the diamond fit in. It's got to fit down in there perfect. That's you and I. Allah demands strict obedience to his law. 100%. We got to be perfect. 100%. So you ain't got time to be playing around. You got a lot of job, a lot of chipping to do. On yourself. You can't help chip them. You got to chip you. There's a lot of chipping to be done. On us. I know I need a lot of chipping. To get me right. Yeah, perfect. I don't know. We got to keep working. Got to blow, keep working to try to get perfect. But if you have the thing of a mustard seed, that should get you through. But you still got to chip. Got to work. The messenger was chipping for 44 years. Until death took him. But he stayed on his post. He didn't quit. And he was successful. And he was the one. He's no longer with you in a physical form, but he is with us. He is with us. See? In our hearts, in our minds, he's with us. And remember what he said and what he told us. It's embedded in our minds. Change you now. Nobody change you unless you want to change. Ain't nobody come and change you and say, Jesus is Lord. You don't hear that. Oh, no. What I'm saying, you know, Jesus is the Lord of, we understand Jesus. We know the meaning of Jesus. We're not talking about Jesus Christ 2,000 years ago. We're not talking about him. One did all his work in Palestine. We're not talking about Jesus. No, not that one. Justice, Jesus means justice. We got understanding of what Jesus is. See? But I'm talking about that spookism. See? The die that Jesus, you got to die to see. That's the one I'm talking. You ain't got down. No, that's what the white man said. See, we know the master taught us who Jesus is. Just Jesus means. We know that. Now we know it. We didn't before, but we know it. That's when that chipping came in.
Right.
See? So the chip I put this in the old block. We said the old block is up here. See? And he dug in there. And he got all that filth and indecency and wrong thinking, all that he got out of us. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But I say that we're going to be the winner. And we are winning. So come what may. Some going to always come up.
Yeah.
But we got to be ready for the task.
Yeah.
We got to be ready to handle it. We can't let nothing rattle us or get us off our square.
Right.
We got to keep fighting. Keep promoting the truth.
Yeah.
Because the hypocrites today are the same as they was last in the years before us.
Right.
They do the same thing
Yeah.
that they do today. The message you taught us. So, just go on this. Have you ever known a loser, one who's been defeated, following Allah's messengers? Nowhere in history, from the beginning, even from the beginning, he won. When he created himself, it was a fight. He was a winner because he created himself out of nothing, triple dog, nothing. But he fought, the messenger said. He fought. He kept fighting. Then the brain came. He kept on fighting. He kept fighting. Then the eyes. He kept fighting. Then he came and formed himself. What did he do? He was fighting.
Yes.
To survive, to exist.
Yes.
And he made himself existent, a man. That's what we have to do.
Yes.
We gods.
Yes.
We got to keep fighting. We got to keep fighting. Look how bad it is. We keep fighting. But we know we got one behind us who's well able to protect you and I. We don't worry about no devil, no skunk of the planet Earth. We don't worry about no hypocrite, no disbeliever. We don't worry about that because we know what the end, the result's going to be.
Yes.
We seen others before them.
Yes.
We have all kind of history against others before them that went down with the devil. We have the history.
Yes.
The message of all that is it's a learning for you and I. Pharaoh, Noah, Jonah, all of them, it's a warning for us. We're going to look at that and see what happened to them. They got some problems they don't even talk about. A lot of them don't even talk about. Don't even mention them. All the time it was something.
Yes.
All the time it was something. I'm telling you, all the time, and whatever the generation of the spirit was, it was something. But see, this is it this time. This ain't gonna be no more after this one. No, this will never die. The message said this is forever from now on. All the other stuff is gone. This is the last right here. Get rid of the skunk. They don't have no more problems, no more. From now on, everything gonna be in bliss, happiness. Everything be happy. No more crime. No more killing. Everything gonna be joyful. But how you get there, you gotta work for it.
Yes.
Think Allah just gonna give it just here. No, you don't work for that.
Right.
Had to bill out heaven.
Yes.
Yeah. Then he help us. Because we helping ourselves. Then he gonna help us. See? If you're not gonna help yourself, it's just shiftless and lazy, why don't you? Right. I mean, Islam is a working religion.
Yes.
Man, it's work.
Yes.
The messenger has farmland, all that he had. Dig up the earth, plant seeds, grow food, all that. That's heaven. That's what we have to do. It ain't gonna be no thing. You're just gonna zoom in here and everything just gonna be set up. No, it ain't like that. No, you're going to roll up. Your elbows. That's what it's going to take. See? Work. Hard work, the message say. Work and more work and more work. That's what it's going to take. See? And if you look around and you see that all the prophets, they went to the promised land. They went to that promised land and had to dig it up.
That's right.
And help feed themselves.
Yes.
Help clothe themselves. Build homes for themselves. See that? Taught him how to build a home for himself.
That's
Musa taught him. When they was in the cave, they had to live somewhere when they got them out. When they come out there, they had to what? He taught them how to build a home for themselves.
That's right. That's right.
So, and look what he did. He made a great country out of it for himself. He made a heaven for himself.
That's right.
But he had to believe in what Yaqub had taught him.
That's right.
And then when they went in the cave, 2,200 miles, we put them there. Armed guards. Well, no, you just, no, the armed guards to keep them in there. Roped them off and put them in there. They had armed guards waiting on them. Ain't no smoke now. Armed guards waiting on one of them to come out of there. If they come out, they'll go, rope them off in there. They couldn't cook. They didn't know how to do nothing for themselves. Look at us. Look at us. We're a little better shape than they were, but look at us. We weren't eating raw bugs all out of the ground, but look at us. We had no knowledge. We didn't know what to do for ourselves, nothing. Until I raised the message up and taught him how to make us, to clean ourselves up and to bind ourselves of the devil's habit. We had nothing. We was crawling on our foes in that sense without no knowledge. They didn't have knowledge. They didn't know how to cook their own food. He had to be taught. Musa taught him. And Musa taught him, look what he did. He didn't stop that. Roped him in, he got knowledge to fly over the Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean. But he didn't stop that. He couldn't get over that, but he learned with 6 ounces of brain. And here we got 7.5. But he was learned, he got out of them caves, didn't he? Musa taught him. And he carried into practice what Musa had taught him. Musa that gave him the God knowledge. We got the God knowledge. Our knowledge surpasses their knowledge. They had limited knowledge. Our knowledge is infinite. There's no end to our knowledge. And we made the devil. Then he come back and rule us for a period of time. But our God is on the scene today. So we can do, so up your imagination, you can accomplish as you will. We can do whatever we will if it pleases Allah. So the message said, don't nobody come. Say, you keep striving.
Yes.
If you don't see nothing, keep Allah in the front and say, forward hold. You know, you got one of them quarter horses on a horse, they put them little things on the blindfold. See, that's the blindfold to keep from being distracted.
Right.
Because once they start running, he's distracted. We got all this stuff that's going on that you get distracted. You lose focus.
Right.
So they put these things on these horses and they run down there and they gallop, Jack. They be galloping. They don't see that. Forward hold. You understand what we got to do? We got to go forward hold.
Yes.
All that running, forward hold. We don't see none of that. We don't hear that. Forward hold.
Right.
We just gallop to the finish line. You know, that's how it is. That's how truth is. Truth don't know nothing. It's like a two-headed sword, man. It's always chopping. Anything come up, always chopping. That's why to be a follower of Elijah Muhammad, sincere heart, it's a blessing.
Yes.
Because Allah going to bless us. And he is blessing us, brothers and sisters. You're going to see it. You seeing it now?
Yes.
You seeing it? You say, oh, no, it ain't happening. No, don't get like the people of the north. Oh, it rained like this before. Oh no, man, it ain't. It's happening all the time. And you just thought, no, man, it's raining like this before. Then they get on up to that, and you say, no, got to finish, and no, it rained like this before. But you get a little doubt. But when they get up here, oh, no, let me in. I got the key and gone. I can't let. He got the key and gone. You hit. You get caught up in wrong. And when we know right, the message says when you know right, you do right. Regardless of what it is. If it's righteousness, that's what's going to get us through. Not crookedness and evilness. He said, oh, hard trials are necessary to establish truth. He said, it hurts sometimes. It gets so hard sometimes. He said about trials. It gets so hard. What do you say? It just get hard sometimes. You don't think you can handle it. It just gets so hard. But if you're with Allah and Allah with you, you handle it. We handling the dust bomb. Nobody give us nothing. But Allah blesses us to come through. He tests us. He tests us. Yeah. Our faith will be tried, will be tested, the messenger said. He said you will be tested. You think you'll be left alone and not be tried? No, you're going to be tried. Something come, something else coming. Say, fast and pray hard. Ask Allah to help us and strengthen us in our weakness. And if you mean that, He will do that. Well, why is everything happening to me? You turn yourself to that way, you turn you to what you turn yourself to. Something happened to you, you turn yourself there. Allah don't put nothing on us that we can't bear. Put nothing on us beyond our scope. You can go out there and get a bottle of liquor if you want to. You can go out there. All right, give me a bottle of wine. Nobody watching you. Allah sees. But you know that wine gonna kill you. That dope gonna kill you. The messenger give it to us. He said, now it's up to you to believe it, accept it, or reject it. You go out there and get you some wine if you want to. Get you a shot of liquor. Smoke you some dope. It's okay. Eat you some hog. That's you. Don't hurt me. Get all the hog you want. I ain't gonna eat it. I ain't planning on it. I ain't. When he said get the bark off the tree, he said nothing about no hog, did it? That's up to you what you do on that end. I hope I get in a position like that. I know we have faith and trust in Allah. You know, we'll be all right. But in my conclusion, brothers and sisters, victory of the apostle and the righteous. Remember that. This is the days of separation. We all going to be tried and our faith going to be tested. Then your message say, husband and wife, one going to be taken, one going to be left. That's how it is. One going to be in the field, one going to be left. Hard trials are necessary to establish truth. All of us being tried. I don't know, I got mine, you got yours. Yeah. When I get through with this one, something else is coming. Yeah. I pray Allah to give me the strength to overcome it, to bear it. Sometimes it's hard. Oh, yes. Hard sometimes. Yes, but after difficulty come ease. Difficulty come ease. Yes. Difficulty come ease. Always, it's light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, it's always light at the end of the tunnel. That's right. But you see that light, you just can't stop. You got to keep working toward it till you get to the end of it. And that's you and I. We love each other, treat each other right. Right. And when you know it's right, and you refuse to apply to righteousness, you're in trouble. This is it. If the messenger said, This is my conclusion here. If you have anything in your heart, listen up. If you have anything in your heart against a believer, any malice, whatever you got in your heart, or whatever we got in our hearts against a believer, he reverses it. He put that same thought that you have in your mind against another believer. Oh, I hate her. Or I can't stand him. Or I hate her, or I hate him. I don't like him. Or she did this, or he did that. Or I heard this and this and that. He take that and reverse it, and he put that same thing on you.
Yes.
If you seek to kill, he said, if you have someone you have to kill a believer, another believer, he'll put it in somebody's heart to kill you. He'll put it in somebody's heart to kill you and me. That's our power. It's not a game.
No.
See, people take the power of Almighty God, Allah, for granted. They don't really take it. Why? Because you're getting away with a whole lot of stuff. Yeah. So you think you're getting away, and you think you're getting away, Allah just ain't slap you. You know how some little kid be walking around, you say, come here, boy. Ooh. He just ain't hit you yet. See, but he gonna hit you. Pretty soon he gonna hit you. He gonna hit all of us pretty soon. But he's merciful. And a lot of times we take advantage of that mercy. We take our kindness as weakness, and then we take our lawful weakness by being disobedient. Love your brother and sister like you love yourself.
Yes.
Do unto your brother and sister that you will have done unto yourself. You treat everybody right, he said, even the devil.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Like Islam.
Praise be to Allah. Here you go. Yeah, see? Sweetie.
Brother, sister, rise for prayer. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. All praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful. So, Master's Day of Judgment in which we now live, the alone do we serve, and the alone seek for thine help and aid. O Allah, please guide us on the right path, path of those upon whom thou hast spilled thy favors, not on the path of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray after they heard thy teachings. Say he allows one God, allows he of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He begetteth not, nor is he begotten, there is none like him. And I bear witness that none is to be served, worship, or praised besides Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is our true servant and last apostle. Ameen. Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us not to do anything to anyone that we wouldn't have done it to ourselves, and treat everybody right, even the devil. Assalamu alaikum.